Hello and welcome to the Our Metroidvania podcast. This is Cauldrath from the Our Metroidvania subreddit and Discord.
Hi, this is Master. I'm also from there.
Hi, I'm Atcero, and I'm also from there.
And this week, we are discussing the Game Club game from last time, Inexistence Rebirth. And in the background, you get to see my 3 hours of gameplay double speed, so we can get at the hour and a half of the podcast.
I think this game would be a lot more enjoyable at double speed.
Well, that might...
This game's got its oh god damn! Teleports behind you, nothing personnel kid in double speed.
Yep.
This game embodies that philosophy, I think.
Nothing personal, kid.
Yeah.
No, I think it's very personal with the ending, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, we can discuss the ending
Yeah.
later.
Alright, time to go down the list. Actually, no, let's give our general thoughts first. How about that?
Yes.
Who wants to start?
Well, I've been listening very closely to the Twitch stream as it's playing to make sure my mic isn't too loud. So you can go first.
Alright. So, I really wanted to like this game, you know, it's obviously Castlevania inspired heavily. And I'm always down for that, you know, I always love that shit. It's just, it captivated me more than Out Buddies did. But it's still just, it's got so many issues. Like, and I look into issues probably more than other people do with certain things like the art. Like, the art for the most part is amazing. A lot of the animations for the main character, though, bug me. They bug the shit out of me, and I hyper-focus on that when I know I shouldn't, but it's just like... Some of the animations just could be touched up, could be tweaked, it could have a better magic animation, it'd be fine.
I love the backwards dodge roll that's just, rotating the sprite.
Actually, that one, I consider
far.
that one of the better ones. I consider also the roll to be one of the better animations this character has. Because to be fair, Dawn of Sorrow for the double jump, it literally has just a spin animation as well. That's rotated. Soma's sprite is just rotated, so it's... I think it looks fine. For the back roll. Or for the back dodge.
The back dodge also just goes so far if you do it like off the ledge.
Oh yeah, you're done.
It's yeah.
If you're on a ledge, you're fucking done. Just
Especially
FC
like when
chat.
when you're in that underwater area, it's super obvious because you like do the backflip and then you just keep going slowly along doing the backflip.
I did that and like fell into a pit that wasn't even on the screen when I did the backdash.
Oh god.
That happened to me
The
too.
pits! Metroidvania shouldn't have pits! But yeah.
Depends on how, like, it depends on the death system. If it's like one of those where you respawn immediately, I'm fine with pits, but it does like discourage exploration.
Exactly.
Especially if it's not obvious whether or not it's a pit or a go down to the next area.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's one area where it's like, you know that there's an area below it because you were just in the room below, and then, like...
It's still a pit.
Yeah, and then it still pits.
Ugh. Yeah.
It was at least obvious in the times that you had to do it that it was a room and not a pit, but also they should still differentiate it.
Yeah. I tried. I think this game has potential, but even with the rebirth, it still didn't... Which sucks.
Okay, not hating on this game when I say this, but everybody says that every game has potential. And it really bugs me because games are allowed to be bad.
They are, but
This game is
it
allowed
hurts.
to be bad.
It hurts when you want a game to be good and you can see that it could be really good. Probably if the guy had a better, like, not a better team. He pretty much did this game himself. Bigger team, more funding and more time. I'm sure it could be up there, honestly, with some great games. But because of those essentially shortcomings, it couldn't reach what it could have been. Which is sad.
I don't feel like this game has I don't think it does anything particularly interesting enough to give it that sort of potential where I think the game could be really great.
To be fair, it's also based on Castlevania, and how many Castlevanias do you really think did anything interesting outside of like Circle of the Moon and stuff?
That's true.
Like,
Well, you're asking Master to like
Exactly.
praise Castlevania.
exactly, it's just not gonna happen. But yeah, that's my general overview, at least, kinda.
Yeah, it felt like the game was kind of like had a checklist of things that Castlevania did, and so they just went through and like did all those things, but then like didn't really do them in a deep enough way. Like all the equipment, it's just like stat upgrades. They didn't have like any interesting equipment.
The thing with Castlevania is that you kind of find a lot of equipment through exploration or through enemy drops or buying them. Like those, you get a fair amount of equipment. Sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it is just stat upgrades. But in this game, you get hardly anything.
Yeah. But it is a
Like-
short game. Like, actually, yeah, let me check my Steam page. How long did it take me to beat?
Still, a Castlevania-like without any variety that a Castlevania-like should have. Like, dude, it's kind of the point of the Castlevania. No, that's what you say at least.
Yeah.
I feel like the enemy variety for the length of the game is actually decent.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
I'd agree. It's fine.
Also, I beat it faster than Cauldrath. I did it in 2.7 hours. And I got
Did you?
one achievement. I defeated a
You
boss!
You didn't find 100% of the chests, did you?
I don't care about
100% of
doing that. I cared about beating it.
You also probably didn't play on hard mode.
Don't know if I did. I might have. I don't even
I played
remember.
on hard.
You would have gotten an achievement for beating it on hard.
Oh, then no. Finish the game. I finished the game. Why didn't I get that achievement? What?
Did you
Maybe
though?
you didn't.
Professor Q has it, but I don't. What? I beat it.
Apparently not.
No, I did.
First you didn't finish out, buddies. Now you didn't finish.
I
Inexistence.
did! I
What we're gonna
can
do with
literally
you?
pull. I will screen share it right now and show you my ending. I beat that freaking stupid final boss and I hated it.
Yeah, the bosses were pretty bad in this game.
Did you use potions?
Yes. I always use potions.
It's not-
Potions are meant to be used.
I used potions on the final boss.
I used it on the freaking Balor ripoff. I used it on that boss too. This boy, if you don't know who Balor is.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one-
The way I beat that boss is I just stood right next to him and attacked until he died, and because I couldn't figure out how to dodge any of the attacks.
With the
Which
beam
boss?
and then the punch, not the head smash, but I just prayed that he would only do the fist. I just jumped over those ones and called it good.
I think I
Hated that.
remember the boss you're talking about.
The one where you get it's in the gardens, and it does the 2 shutting gates because he's so small, and he punches you and he does the axe and then the beam, and you attack his torso. Easily,
Oh.
definitely easily, not, I wouldn't say rip-off, but heavily inspired by Balor from Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow.
I see.
Oh, what? There's a magic jacket down there? I didn't get that.
You apparently didn't get anything.
No, I got the best sword in the game. On accident.
Are you sure you might have got? Are you sure that's not like when you get the 10 puzzle pieces?
Is it?
There might have been a better. I didn't get it.
I don't know. Here, let's look it
There's-
up.
There's one piece of equipment that I didn't get at least. Because I
Which
got all the chests, but I didn't get all the puzzle pieces. So apparently there's a piece of equipment you get for turning in all the puzzle pieces.
Huh. Yeah, I got the Masamune or whatever.
Yeah. That's the one I had.
Were you talking about the boss Redempt?
Yes, thank you.
They were, for me, they were the easiest boss.
Really?
You can dodge every single one of their attacks by jumping to the top left corner.
That's what I was trying to do, but I was timing it wrong, so I kept dying, and I'm like, no!
Actually complaining about that. It's every single attack. You just dodge it
Yeah.
the same way with the same timing.
So, question,
Yes.
did you guys cheese the first boss?
Define.
You can
Cheese the
literally
first boss.
sit in the corner of the boss room. When he gets near you, he'll turn around and he won't understand, the AI won't understand how to get back at you. So you can literally just sit there slashing at his heels and kill him.
I did not do that.
Not that first boss.
I did it twice.
But did you beat it and then forget to save afterwards?
I think so. I did the
That-
rookie Castlevania mistake.
That happened to me for the underwater boss, and that boss also, like, the AI broke for me,
Which one?
and it just stood there.
Yes, he did the same for me! Yeah! And it's like, alright, I'm glad this is happening, because then I just pummeled him.
The bosses in this game were worse than your average Castlevania boss, which is really saying something.
Bro, why do you you wonder why I give you shit about shitting on Castlevania, and it's because you take every opportunity you can to shit on Castlevania. It's
What
like
do you
you're like,
expect?
I haven't shat on Castlevania yet today, I'm gonna have to change that.
You
Talking
know that's
about
us
this
with
game.
La Milana, right?
Yes, exactly. It's fair then!
Because you like Castlevania and Master likes La Mulana, so I'm just here, like, basking
both.
in all the hate.
Actually, I haven't done my daily La Milana shitting on, have I?
We got plenty of time.
We got time!
Yeah, my overall thoughts with the game, I didn't really enjoy it. I mean, the art's okay. There are a lot of things that are, somewhat excusable because it's one person making it. Like, the music and stuff is fine, the sound. Graphics are definitely good for a solo project. But I found the gameplay to be very lacking. Some of the level design was not terrible, I guess, but
It has a good mix of vertical and horizontal areas.
Yeah, there's only a few corridors, and that was in the castle, which, it's a castle, you're gonna have corridors.
that's true. I guess it is better than Castlevania.
Damn,
'Cause there's
son,
not a
you
lot
just...
of corridors.
God, see, look at
What?
you!
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
It doesn't have just corridors everywhere.
Castlevania doesn't either!
Uh-huh.
I think my biggest issue with this game is the lack of surprises. When you go into the skill menu, it tells you every single ability upgrade that you will get.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then one of the skills is like, show all the hidden rooms. And if you pick it, then it shows you the entire map of the entire game.
I mean, you just bought Castle Map all, that's fine.
Oh yeah, I never actually bought any of the optional skills.
Really?
Just did it with the regular stuff.
I really liked the forward dodge roll, because then I could just speed through areas.
That was literally the only skill I never got.
Really?
Because I'm like, why would I want this? It just reverses the controls on my dodge.
It makes you go faster. It makes you
It
go
makes-
speed.
It makes you go faster than the back dodge.
Yeah. Well, for me it did at least. And then I could easily dodge roll through enemies.
I mean, you can just... From the description, it just sounds like it makes it so that you have a forward roll instead of a back roll, which just means that you just have to tap back before you press the roll button.
No, it's like a Harmony of Dissonance style. With the dashing.
Oh.
So, like, your right trigger would make you either back roll or roll, depending on which way you're facing, and vice versa with left.
Oh, so it's like.
Yeah, harmony of
Oh yeah,
dissonance. Yep.
I noticed that L and R both were
Yep.
roll.
So no, it
That
actually
doesn't
felt
sound
really good to
particularly-
use.
Oh, that. I was about to say that doesn't sound particularly useful.
That's the harmony of dissonance. And
So okay, so.
and once you get the
It's
dash
like
and
our-
harmony of dissonance, that's all you do.
But you can still use the dodge roll. You just have to press the opposite direction from where you want to roll first.
I mean, kinda. It's
Like if it doesn't change any of the properties of the roll itself, then it doesn't.
no, it
sound-
does. You do an actual roll forward. You don't do like a back jump. And you're on the ground the whole time, and you go over or under the enemies, or through the enemy.
Well, you can go through the enemy with the back roll.
Yeah, but it's not as fun.
Okay.
The roll, okay, in my opinion, the regular, like, actual front roll where you roll forward felt really good. Like, I have to say, the controls in this game felt fine minus the regular jumping.
Yeah, the jump attack felt weird because like if you're falling before you do it, then it like does a little bump upwards.
Yeah.
So it's a little weird.
Jank.
Yeah. It feels a little inconsistent. And then I think that the vertical hitbox on it needs to be taller to make it a little easier to hit things, which kind of like made the issue worse.
Yeah. Alright.
Like it looks like it's got a really tall hitbox. Like the actual like sprite for it
Mhm.
has pretty tall hit like area for the slash. But then when you actually when you're actually hitting things, it doesn't hit that area.
Mhm. Oh, also, another thing in Pro Forward Roll. You know the box you had to push in the very last part of the game to get a certain item? You could dodge roll that faster. Just
Wow.
saying.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so the dodge doesn't push boxes, so if the
The front roll does.
front wall does, then yeah. So despite the fact that you were the one that unlocked the least of the game of the three of us, you were the only one to unlock the forward roll.
I unlocked
So-
almost all of the skills. Not all of them, but almost all of them. I actually
Yeah.
didn't even pick up Magnet. I never picked up Magnet.
That was the very first one I got. I'm like, I'm getting Magnet, and then I went and got the hidden areas because I didn't want to miss anything. And it's just like, and you can see here, it's the entire map. I'm just,
Surprise,
I think that's where
bitch!
Yeah. I'm just like, really?
Oh. Alright, should we start on the list?
I suppose so.
So, the first one in my hodgepodge list is art. And I will
Yeah, the
wait till
art's-
last because I have words.
The art's fine. I mean, overall, I don't really like the aesthetic of the game. But, I mean, the art's fine. I think that's more of a me thing than fair judgment on the game.
Yeah, I had no issues with it, but my standards aren't that high. Everything seemed clear, at least. Like, I didn't have a lot of issues where I thought that background elements were foreground elements or vice versa. Most of the things were, like, enemies were pretty obvious what they were doing. Most of the hitboxes matched up with the, like, actual graphics.
I don't know about that one.
Most.
He had a
The
style.
majority of enemies had functioning hitboxes. You are correct.
Oh, the hitboxes. I was gonna say, most of the enemies fit within the style. He had a style and he stuck with it.
I like the Minotaur.
You
Enemy.
really like your Minotaur boy, don't you?
I do.
There were multiple Minotaurs, too.
There were two. Two boys, one stronger. All right.
The thumbnail.
So Enemies were fine. I'm not a big fan of like this enemy right now on screen with the rotating. I don't like that. That's more of a personal thing though, because Donasaro and Ariasar did the same thing, and I'm sure something that I used it to. It's something that makes it faster. Personally not a fan of it. Understand why people use it though. I really do not like the people animations though. The people animations and the style, I understand you want stylized, but like when you're doing your idol, your hair moves way too fast. That's the same with Klaus. I'm just calling him Klaus. I'm just gonna call him Chaos. Same thing with Chaos. It's the same shit. And it's like, the proportions are weird. The animations are fine for the running, the attacking's fine. Jumping's alright. But the magic it's like, it feels so... not useless, but like... basic bitch? It's not powerful at all. From how his stance conveys it. It doesn't feel like you're using magic. It feels like you're not even shooting a gun. It just feels like you're doing a pea shooter outside your hand. For his stance and how it conveys through his animation.
I felt like the magic sword one was decent.
Magic sword was fine, yeah, because that's, the Order of Ecclesia style. But that's what he was going for that. But yeah, no, it's just... enemy animations were fine. Like, they were decent for the most part. I don't like how the slime didn't have, like, when it jumps, it doesn't have a bottom, so it looks like the sprites just cut off. That one I'm not a huge fan of. But otherwise, it's decent, just minus Klaus and fucking him, Huld.
Yeah, there were a lot of random problems and lack of polish in this game in general.
Yeah.
Some very interesting bugs, too. My favorite was, if you're on a ledge and you open the menu, you press down while you're in the menu. Once you unpause, it will make you drop from the ledge and die, assuming you're over a pit.
I glitched myself through a wall like a fucking Castlevania Donasaro speedrunner. Did it help me? No, I immediately died, but...
Yeah, the other thing is the moving platforms. If you try to walk on them, then... like, if you try to walk in the opposite direction from the way they're moving, then you'll just run in place.
Yeah.
You actually move backwards if you try to do that. So if you just tap movement to the side, you can fall off because that's the way it works, I guess.
I didn't even notice those handhelds. I literally just stood in the face, like, against the door and just cut his heels. That's all he deserved.
I use the handholds.
I didn't even notice. I didn't know they existed.
You just had to glitch the boss to death, and then...
It's not even glitching! His AI was just too dumb to know what to do!
That first boss, unfortunately enough, was one of the better bosses in the game.
Yeah. 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 You're not wrong. Next one?
Sure.
Music! Which apparently to Cauldrath is gonna get grading at 2 times speed. Calling you out.
Pretty much all music is gonna be grading at 2 times speed.
I disagree.
No.
What do you think? Nightcore is, or
oh god, okay, Nightcore is disgusting.
What is it called?
I mean, it's designed to be played at that speed. It's not they took the song and then just played it at 2 times speed.
Yeah, they do. They do that with a lot of Nightcore songs. A lot of Nightcore songs are literally just like songs that are normal and like classic rock or random stuff like that, and then they take it and they Nightcore it.
But it's more I'm not that familiar, but I assume they do more than just 2x speed ship it.
Depends on how good the remixer is. yeah, they do a lot more, but usually it is just a song they take and they speed up or they change the vocals and stuff. Yeah, I actually like the music in this game. Like, I wasn't bopping, but I was bopping enough where the music never really got old to me. At least.
I thought the music... Sorry, go on.
No, you're good.
I thought the music was fine. I mean, it's another one of those things I don't really expect to be, you know, top tier or anything. And, like, you know, it was good. No problems.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not something I'd, like, listen to.
How rude. You need to have the same kind of love, appreciation for music like I do, or else, I don't know, master. Wait!
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't think you're supposed to jump up there.
I jumped up there, then I fell off.
Yeah, I'm like, well, leap of faith! Dead. I had to use the little bump from the jump attack.
Yeah, see, I think that was made for a double jump.
Yeah.
But you still, you die over there anyway.
Yeah. What were you saying then, Master?
What was I saying?
I don't know. I was making a joke about this not working because you don't love music as much as I do, and no idea what you were gonna say after that.
Oh, I mean, that was about it. Music's fine.
Yeah. It was inoffensive.
It was inoffensive. It wasn't making fun of my mother. Alright, next one.
Yeah.
Enemy variety! Yay!
Yeah, it's fine. It's not a super long game. There are generally new enemies in the areas you're exploring.
Actually, I kind of want to look up how many, I don't know if they have a bestiary even. No, not online.
Well,
I would
they do in the game.
have to launch my game.
I actually never checked it. Oh. Yeah, I just never checked it.
I'm gonna check it. Hopefully it's not... I want to, but I know it's gonna play music, and it's like, oh...
Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it!
Oh.
I'm gonna do it! I want to look at the bestiary. We gotta talk about the enemy variety, and you can't do that without looking at a bestiary.
Yeah, I mean, the enemies, though, generally pretty basic and uninteresting.
Oh no.
Don't really remember any special enemies.
Yeah,
Besides
that's
the
one thing
Minotaur.
that Castlevania did, is they had a lot of one-off enemies, which this game doesn't really do. But
Or just enemies that have a presence, even if they don't actually do anything different. Maybe they have unique animations and sounds. And that's part of the variety that Castlevania offers, and is apparently what people like.
I love mine. I love mine. Okay, let's see. How many did I get? 30 out of 41. Yeah, you know, 41 enemies ain't bad.
yeah, for like, it basically has 2 zones.
Yeah. Some of them are recolors, which, you know, is fine. Castlevania does it. Almost every game does it. That's fine. It's actually usually a nice thing to have, in my opinion. Reused enemies, because then they're stronger, and you're like, ha, now I can kick this guy's ass just like I did his brother.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're like slightly more advanced, and so it's like a progression.
One of the names is Evil Plant, and it's like,
You could have done better than that.
Yeah.
But, to be fair, I never checked, you never checked until now.
Dark Arrow. Minotaurs are called Minibos. We have Ice King. No one? No one's gonna make a joke on that?
No, was I supposed to?
Adventure Time.
Sorry, I don't watch television.
Ugh. Got Fish. Got Giant Rock. We got Mermaid, spelled with a Y and not an I. Nice boots. Alright. Walker! Old Spirit, which is death with extra... Death reduced to, like, a fucking regular enemy. Yeah, he got demoted. Magic
We're here
Mouse?
Ogling and mermaids. Degenerate.
Degenerate.
Oh, I hated the way the bats move in this game.
Oh, the regular bats were fine. It was the bat lords that chased you.
The chase ones,
Yeah,
the ones
the
on screen
Batlord.
now are the worst ones.
Also, okay, I'm gonna
It
ask.
would have been bad if the jump attack is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know that enemy that threw like buckets at you?
Yeah,
What would you think that is?
Or
a witch.
Called Magic Mouse.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I was thinking like a witch or gremlin or something. No. No. Castle Soldier, Hull Plant, Snail. Snail with an X. Hellworm. French food? Why is the toad called
Wow. Oh, me.
That caught me off guard, I'm sorry. It's just a fucking toad called French food. What was this guy? He wasn't English, that's for damn sure. Oh, God. Yeah, so I missed 2 beasts, or 3 of them. But I'm sure it was.
Apparently there's a bird by the starting area that like is only there and is like just hidden in a tree. And so if you want to complete the best area, you need to, yeah.
Oh wait.
If you need to complete the best area, then you need to like go find it in the tree.
To be fair, I didn't explore all of it, so I'm actually gonna go back there quick since I have the game open.
Oh my gosh, stop playing the game.
No!
Why are you watching footage?
I don't need
You were
to watch
supposed to play the game
footage.
beforehand.
I did! I beat it!
Did you?
Yes!
Okay.
Regardless, okay, you know what?
The Steam achievements don't say it.
You know what?
This is Portrait of Ruin all over again.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say games hate me, and they just don't want to be completed by me. And they're being, I think it's because I'm a woman, guys.
Uh-huh.
Because, yeah, you can go above the house.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a point here. Wait, why do you have that little thing that means I can go above if I can't go above? What?
Next on the list you made is animation, but we already talked about that.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Bosses.
Oh, yeah, we could talk about the boss.
All of them.
Yeah.
So there's the first boss, there's the fish boss, then there's just the castle stuff, right?
Here, yeah, let me pull up the bestiary. See, this is why I didn't close the game. It's coming in handy.
It might be easier to talk about the bosses as they show up in the footage. Though.
We did skip
We can.
one of them, which was the, here, let me find it. Cyclos, which was the Cyclops boy.
We briefly discussed him. He's one of the better bosses, despite not being a good boss.
He existed. Look at the mini bows. Aren't they cute?
Yes.
Actually, I should look up the beast version. Actually, I don't know if I killed one. Oh, no, I don't think I killed another one. I think I just avoided them after I died to one.
I find several of the boss
Lazy.
encounters in this game extremely funny, but maybe that's best saved for when we reach the bosses in the video.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I got 8 of the 10 puzzle pieces. Look at me go.
Underwater physics in this game, and the
Better
breath
than
meter
Llama
were-
Lana's, let's say that.
Oh my god.
That's not a very high standard. Jeez.
No, it isn't. But yeah, it felt slow. It was very slow.
Well, that's pretty common with water, but it's still crappy. But usually they're just like, okay, you're a little slower and you have infinite jumps. Yay!
It's not like there was tons of water in this game or anything.
There was one area that had a lot of water.
I mean, every game's got a water area. That's how it works.
Yeah, if you don't have your obligatory water level, did you even make a game? You probably didn't, it's probably better than most.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Speaking of the water area, that's what's next.
Those static fish just sitting there, their hitbox is completely misaligned, and if you try to shoot them, you have to like aim above them or else you'll
Wait.
miss.
The fish or the spiky boys?
The spiky boy.
I never killed one. That's one of the enemies I missed because I couldn't. Like, I was trying to hit it, and I'm like, why the hell can't I hit it? All right.
It's
Well, I guess I never killed it either because I thought that you couldn't hurt them.
Yeah, same.
wow.
I thought it was just needles, but you couldn't touch the boys. So I'm like, all right, I'll just avoid them.
Yeah, it really just felt like nobody tested this game. No attempts at bug fixing were made.
This was the second
For a lot of
attempt,
it.
though, so I think they did.
Right, that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's just
So
like
imagine
really
how the
obvious
original
stuff.
version was.
God, why didn't we play that version? Actually, isn't it free?
I don't know.
I'm looking it up. The perks of not having to share my screen. I can look stuff up. God, that's nice.
I love just doing a backdash and just sucking
die.
it as you fly off screen at
No,
like a
sorry.
45-degree angle and you die.
It's $2. He is wearing a fucking hoodie. I was right. God.
What do you think? What did other people think it was?
I don't know, but his like artwork in game doesn't look like it looks the same, but he actually has a full body shot in this.
It's totally a hoodie.
Ah,
Why,
God.
why are you
well,
so?
no.
Why do you feel
It's
so?
a hoodie with like not even a hoodie. It's like a zip up sweatshirt with a cowl on top. Do you know how edgy that is? Like, I'm an edgy
Yeah.
bitch. I love edgy stuff. That's cringe edgy, even by my standards.
Yeah, that is kind of how this game feels at times. Also, I just have to point out that one terrible secret that the footage person just died to, where you have to just spam your swim as fast as you can.
Oh, it's terrible.
You
Oh,
can actually get through there. I'm just like, I died one time.
Yeah,
yeah.
you can get through there.
that
Oh, okay. That's the one puzzle piece I missed then.
the perfect little jump off the ledge you did, and you just went diagonal down. That was great.
Yeah, exploration in this game was pretty... They didn't really reward you in any interesting ways. I suppose it would have been somewhat more interesting if I actually used the skill points for the abilities, but, you know.
Yeah. Oh, do we
Also,
wanna?
the issue of that, if you don't get all of the puzzle pieces, they're kind of pointless.
Yeah.
I don't even know what doing that does. But yeah, they're just collectibles. Don't
Well,
really
obviously
consider
after
that
this,
an
I'm gonna have to go
exploration
through and like go to that area again and get whatever's there, which is probably a puzzle piece,
Mhm.
and then I'll have all 10 of them and get to see what the thing is.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
I'll
I'll get
boss.
2 achievements. This boss that's a non-boss kind of sort of.
Yeah. Oh, it never did like the dip down for me. I think it glitched so hard it just stood in place. Like, yeah, like that. Oh no, it never sent me the fish either. It stayed in place for
Oh.
me.
Mine actually did attacks constantly, and it was kind of annoying.
I'm glad mine glitched.
Yeah, I think I died, and then I went back, and then it glitched on me.
Also, do we
Just
want to
like-
talk about the elephant in the room? How
What's
this
There's
the
an
elephant
elephant
in
in
the
this
how
game.
this game ain't a Metroidvania at all.
Oh, yeah, it's not a Metroidvania, particularly. At least you could at least sort of make an argument
Yeah,
that
there it
the
is.
puzzle part is.
There's some
Yeah.
ability gates.
First
But
half
it's
of
pretty
it's
linear.
linear platforming, and there aren't any.
Like, the gating is very linear, even by, you know, okay, not by my standards, because my standards are pretty fucking high, but by someone's standards who are pretty low, I'm sure they would also say this is not a Metroidvania.
I think it's a Metroidvania. It's just an extremely linear one.
That's not a Metroidvania then, Cauldrath, if it's linear! That's... They're not
main
mutually
progression-
inclusive.
The main progression path is linear. The rest of the game is not.
That instantly disqualifies it.
What? Okay, I don't think it's worth arguing about whether it's technically a Metroidvania
Oh, no,
or
no,
not,
no.
based on
We're
how
doing
well
this.
or how much it ability gates. It's kind of not one. You can argue it is one. I mean, it's.
Master,
You
I
could
backed
argue
you up.
that it's similar to Order of Ecclesia.
I backed you up
Crest-like.
on. It's Crest-like.
On what? One of you
I
ever
backed you up
me
on La Mulana being a Metroidvania.
Yeah, what else did you back up about La Mulana?
That's it, because that's the only thing it has going for it other than the music. And the bosses. You know, no. I backed up the music and the bosses. I did back those up.
That's already more things than you back up about this game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a Metroidvania. Though I have to say the attacking and the movement felt a lot better in this game. Maybe because I could control my jumps, you know? Who knew that? That could make such a difference.
Yeah, see, La Mulana is intentionally bad that way. That's the point.
Damn. Would we move on to, well, we just kinda... Exploration, I guess? Wait, no, we were already kinda... Yeah.
I mean, we started
More
talking
stuff.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The game is divided into two maps, basically. You have the first one, which is just the linear map you've been seeing in the gameplay, which is half the game, pretty much.
yeah.
Until you get the double jump at the end of it, after which you can get to the castle, and there's a couple of paths in the castle.
Mm-hmm. You're essentially just playing a smaller Castlevania at that point. But not as fun.
Yeah, there's a few biomes in each area. But, like, it's kind of funny in the first area, it's like the biomes are forest, snow, ice, and then water. So it's like various forms of H2O.
Actually, we could lump in level design too, since we're talking about exploration.
I mean, it's... Some of it's fine. Some of it I didn't really like, but also...
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything particularly wrong for the most part.
It has that issue where you'll, like, find an ability gate, get the ability, go back, go through the area, and then you wind up at an ability gate that requires another ability that you don't have yet.
In
With nothing in
Fernax be
between.
like...
Yeah,
It's
and
just like, why?
it had some of the rooms were a little windy feeling. Also, one really weird problem is that it seems like the size of the rooms doesn't correspond to the size of them on the
I
map.
was gonna say that. I thank you for saying it, cause yes, 100% agree, and it pisses me off.
It's so strange. It just makes the game feel like it's cobbled together instead of actually carefully laid out. You'll have like a 2x2 room that all fits on one screen, and then you'll just have like a 3x2 room, and you're just... that room is 5 screens worth of enemies. Especially in the around the area that the footage is in now, the snow area, I noticed it particularly. Some of the passages were just very long.
Yeah.
Although they looked short in the map.
Yeah, it looks short on the map, then there's like 4 or 5 big enemies waiting for you, and it's like, excuse me. This isn't what this room told me.
Yeah, the game does have some annoying enemy placement at times.
The bats. Fuck those bats.
But that's a tradition to have terrible bats. Like,
Hey,
bats
I'm
that you hate.
fine with the bats in Castlevania. That, you know, come in and then they do their little flappy flap and they're gone. Fuck homing bats, though. Homing bats can suck my dick. They are the worst. Especially when you don't have a long enough reach to get them because they're in the ground and then somehow they glitch and do a little spinny fireball at you, and it's like, what?
Almost every time they shot that fireball, they were inside of a wall for me, so it just like exploded instantly.
Ugh. Annoying. Super
I
annoying.
think I saw the actual fireball one time.
Since the footage reached a point where there was some dialogue, how about we talk about the writing in this game?
Yeah, it seemed kind of.
Do we want to lump that with story?
I mean, we can save it for the end if you want.
Oh wait, no, it is story. Oh, I actually was thinking about the story a lot. So we can, because I can talk about the story for like a good half an hour.
Could just do that and spoil what the footage will inevitably show.
Yeah, no, let's move on to combat and the others, and then we can talk about it.
Well,
Homing bats
combat's
don't
pretty bad.
Kind King said that the bats don't deserve my dick.
You have a short-range melee attack, and you have a magic projectile, plus some of the optional stuff you can acquire.
Mm-hmm. Like
The
magic
melee
sword.
just-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the melee just feels bad. It's has a small hitbox. It's annoying to hit enemies. At times it's very annoying to hit enemies with the magic projectile attack. And it really just feels like to make the magic projectile attack they made like a test projectile and whatever they're doing, and then they just never developed it into an
yeah.
actual ability.
You have the magic flame, which is okay. I never used it. Magic sword is actually pretty nice when you have high magic. It's essentially the Order of Ecclesia weapon power glyph, where you press Y or whatever on the DS, and it does that big boy attack that uses your hearts. Feels fucking good.
Yeah, I actually never put a single point into magic, and it was still worth using.
Yeah. It mainly depends on your gear, honestly. Your gear determines more than your skill points. Because, I mean,
Yeah,
what level were you when you beat it?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Because I was only 17.
I was definitely less than 25 because there's an achievement for getting 25.
Yeah, look at those magic mice, guys.
Yeah, those were probably the enemies I hated the most because their primary form of attack is walking at you.
Yeah, I know. That was bull. Hi, Ash. Sorry, guys. Cat takes precedence. Hi.
I also did not get to 25 because I don't have that achievement.
Well, I beat the game and I don't have that achievement, so... You know.
I might have.
It's because you didn't actually beat the
I
game.
will spoil the final boss. I will spoil the ending.
I mean, we're gonna show the ending. because
Yeah,
it's
but I'll
just
still
my
spoil
entire
it
footage.
beforehand.
Could you?
Right, Ash? Should I do that? He's not saying anything, but he's twitching his tail, so you know what? I'm gonna call that good. Ash, no, don't leave me.
But I didn't have as much problem with the melee as, like, besides the jump attack, as Master was saying.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it has a decent amount of range, does a decent amount of damage.
It has a combo, which is more to say than most games in this genre.
I would have liked if the, like, advanced combo was more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it's just another generic slash. But it was fine.
Exploring in this game, because of the combat, can be annoying. Enemies generally doing a high amount of damage, and you needing to get back to your save point in order to not die, because that's how you refill your health mostly.
I mean, that's Castlevania though too. So I mean, if you play Castlevania, it's pretty par for the course.
I had a ton of potions at this point. I just don't use them. I don't know, Mega Elixir problem. I did get to the final boss with like 10 like X potions or whatever
Oh
the
jeez, I had to
or super
buy them.
potions or whatever. Yeah, I had like a ton of money and nothing else to spend it on, which is another problem that a lot of the rewards you get in this game are money, and eventually you just run out of stuff to buy.
Really?
It
I
make-
didn't have enough money.
Yeah, that's because you didn't play that much of the game.
Yeah, I
I
did.
ran out of stuff.
I had 80-some%.
I even bought like both of the swords, and that's
Really?
like really a waste of money because you could just save up and get the better one.
That's what I did.
And I had plenty of money.
Yeah, but you can get the cheap one earlier and then get the other one later. Like by the time I got the Chozo armor, I had better armor. But it's just like I don't have anything else to spend the money on.
It's so strange to me how little equipment there is in this game when you think that if they just added a bunch of random stuff, that it wouldn't be that hard to do and it would add more variety to the game.
Yeah,
Instead, no,
some
there's
of the
like 3 things to buy in the shop.
yeah, some of the actually there's so much space in the shop too.
Yeah, there
like
is.
it has a bunch of empty slots. And they could have just replaced some of the like a lot of the hidden chests are like, here's 200 gold, which is like gets you hardly anything. So yeah, they could have definitely stood to replace some of those chests with some real items.
There were like 1 or 2 pieces of equipment you get from chests, I think, but almost all of it was you either find a chest with gold in it, or sometimes a potion, or you find a collectible.
Which yeah, the collectibles don't do anything until you have all of them. So
This game
they don't
also,
feel-
with its gating, it kind of like there's like 3 passages to the other biome, but they're all just blocked off with a rock. 'Cause,
well,
it's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing that Hollow Knight does, and actually people consider that a positive thing, because it like makes it so that it's easy to find the path to the next area, and you can try different routes.
Except the thing is, this map is tiny and the paths are like right on top of each other. So you just see a rock and you go up a room and there's another rock. It's a little strange to me.
So I wasn't a big fan of this boss because it spends pretty much like the whole fight just doing its dodge move.
Yeah,
That boss
no,
was
I hate
awful.
it.
Also, can we talk about the fact that it's dark? Whatever your character
Dark
is.
Hold? Like Dark
Yeah.
Link?
Or Dark Samus. It's just my joke that I don't know how often I actually make with you guys, but my favorite joke is that every bad game has a dark version of the protagonist. and
Every
you fight
bad
them.
game or just
Well, okay, just every game.
gonna say
I,
you
I,
calling
li- I
Ocarina
like
of
looking
Time
at it
bad?
as a negative attribute, but I'm not saying that having it makes a game bad.
Okay.
Thing is, like a lot of the times that's like one of the best bosses in the game.
I mean, a lot of good games have them, like Zelda and Metroid have a dark. I mean, Dark Samus is kind of different concept a little bit, but it's still
Yeah.
a dark protagonist, so I'm counting it.
Uh,
And there's also the SAX.
Dark
Metroid
King.
like, yeah, Metroid likes having its alternate Samus.
Samus.
Is there a dark, blasphemous knight?
Yeah, that's who you play as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's not really a dark, hollow knight.
Yeah, there is.
There's
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
technically there is. If you really want to go there, yes.
You could say that there's several if you're gonna go there. Then
No, I'm gonna count the original.
I mean, you have the
Not like the original, the one you play as original.
like there's multiple types of like
Yeah.
dark
yeah.
whatever you are.
Actually, if you really want to think about it too, Nosk.
Yeah,
That's one of the ones I was thinking.
Oh,
yeah,
I
there's
was thinking
and then
the
there's Hollow
original.
Knight, and then there's the Voidlings.
You have the Lost Kin.
And then also the like spirit that gets left when you die.
Yeah.
Everyone's just a dark version of you in Hollow Knight. Maybe more. Okay, actually, no.
The
This
true
game
darkness.
disproves that.
The true darkness is the friends we made along the way.
Friends we made along the way are the true darkness.
Truth can confirm.
Does Rebirth have a New Game Plus?
I don't
No,
know.
it has Sisters mode.
I just
Of
got.
course, every
You're good.
Castlevania like game has to have a tacked on extra mode.
You know, let me enjoy my New Game Pluses, please. It's really helpful when I miss the Legion boss soul for no reason, because Arya's dumb like that. Gosh.
You could just start the whole game over.
I did!
New Game Plus is a thing.
But with New Game Plus, because New Game Plus makes you feel overpowered and fun.
Yeah, that's the whole point of Castlevania, so you must just play New Game Plus forever.
No. I think I might have done it. I did it once for sure. I think I might have done New Game Plus hard mode on Bloodstained. It still wasn't that hard. But I think I beat it. Right, Ash? Yeah.
I think at this point, anytime that you say that you beat something and you're not sure, we can just assume you didn't.
I
Yeah.
beat Bloodstained multiple times. Thank you very much. Gosh, I've beaten every Castlevania, Metroidvania multiple times. Gosh.
Every Metroidvania multiple times. Does that
Every
include Hell
Metroidvania,
Buddies?
Castlevania. Gosh.
No, I haven't actually beat La Milana 2. You can always, if you want to take a break,
No.
you can always yell at me again.
We're friends on Steam. I can very easily know when you've eaten it.
I've never seen Atcero finish games. You see me finish them on stream all the time! What the hell do you mean? You have literally rated me after I've, like, just beat a game.
You claim that you just beat a
Oh
game.
my
Yeah,
god.
he has no way of knowing that. You make a lot of claims of beating games, and then.
Is
just
it because
don't
I'm
back
a woman,
up.
you guys? Are we gonna have to tab the PSA on frickin' women in video games again?
Yeah,
We're gonna have to pull out that Knuckles thing, where it's like
Oh,
acting like
feminism,
it's
the
special.
glass ceiling. Yep.
Yep.
You know,
it's
Amy,
possible.
saying that there's that you're breaking the glass ceiling just undermines women, and implying that this is an exception to the rule and not the status quo.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, close enough. I got the gist. It works.
Yep.
You're like about to beat a game, but you just can't finish it every single time.
I actually used to do that a lot as a kid, and I did it with Hollow Knight. I mean, I don't care about Hollow Knight enough to go back, though.
You're like at the win screen, but you're just have a mental block and you don't want to finish the game.
What do you mean? If you're at the win screen, you did win. What do you mean?
We're about to get to the win screen.
Oh, about to?
You're in the like final cinematics, and you're like, yeah, that's good.
I
It's a
will.
I don't want to
Yeah,
mash
yeah.
A enough times to get through.
Hey,
Actually, like-
I sat through Dawn of Sorrows endings 4 times, actually. Don't give me that shit.
Actually, when I played Monster Boy, I was just at one point I just like was tired of it. I'm like, I don't really feel like finishing this. And then, like somebody told me to go finish it, and then I went up, and, like I loaded it up, and I was at the the room before the final boss.
Me and Hollow Knight. Ah, yeah. I think I actually did that in X and Y. I'm 90% sure I did that. I never beat the fucking Elite Four in Sun and Moon though. I got to them and I'm like, I'm good. Never picked it up again.
Interesting.
I try to beat them on stream though. If I'm playing a game, I do try to beat them on stream. Unless it's tactic. Tactics is hard, okay?
It's only hard if you don't do the broken combos.
I'm trying to do the broken combos, but the grinding is such a pain in the ass. And I know that
But
is
you
the
like
worst
grinding.
battle in the game. I know it's the worst battle in the game, but it's so hard.
It's just like Castlevania then.
No, it isn't. Castlevania's enjoyable for grinding, for me.
You
Tactics
literally
is
just walk
eh.
between screens and press the exact same thing. At
Yeah,
least you
let
do
me
different things
have
in
my
Tactics.
mindless fun, master.
The enemies are randomized. You can't do the exact same thing.
Not in Castlevania, they aren't.
But in Tactics, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Like the random encounters are random encounters.
And they're boring. They're boring, and that's why I don't want to just play it. Okay, I could probably do it on stream now, but in the mental state I was, and by mental state I mean tired and fucking working a bunch during my co-op, I just didn't have it in me to like. I felt bad playing it and being like, oh yay, this is the gameplay. This is fun. I had just nothing to talk about. Now I could probably do it better. Now it could make it more fun. But back then, nah, it was trash.
Interesting. Do we want to get back to talking about
Oh
the
yeah,
game
story
that's currently
time. You
Talk
guys...
about other stuff. We could nitpick random things for 30 minutes.
No. I have ideas for the story on what if they did a story, what they could have done. If it was a bigger game. So you nerds go first, cause mine might take a while.
Well, are we just gonna spoil the ending right out?
You might
Because
as well.
So yeah, when you get to the end, you find out that it was basically all a dream, and the impression that I got is that it's like a power fantasy of fighting your dad because he's molesting your sister.
Wait, molestation? I thought it was just abuse.
I mean,
I thought just abuse. Not, but I mean, whatever.
Nothing was explicit.
Either or.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know how much more the story could do with that because it's pretty much just a power fantasy of fighting your dad.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really... Unless you could introduce more characters and have them make sense in the end as being distorted versions of like characters your character would know. You could have a second part of the game that's different genre.
Messenger style.
Uh-huh. You wake out of the dream and then you're playing a JRPG.
Yeah, but now you're in the real world, so a lot of this stuff wouldn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, we gonna do a Mori in this bitch, or...? Have either
Spoiler.
of you played a Mori?
No.
No.
There's half the game takes place in a dream sequence, the other half the game takes place in the real world. So,
I see.
it's kind of bouncing between.
So the only thing I saw on that is that somebody was talking about how all the rooms that you go into are just like intentionally terrible experiences, and they were just like, why do I keep going in these doors? I don't have to go in these doors. I'm just punishing myself. And I'm like, well, that does not sound like a pleasant experience.
No. Oh. So, for my thing for the story. So if this game was longer, like Castlevania sized longer, let's say just Aria of Sorrow, what I would do is I would have hints of like the real world peeking in throughout the game. Like obviously with how they did the translation and stuff and how many characters they had, it's kind of hard to tell. But I would also include in those like maybe parallels. If they didn't show the real world, parallels to the real world, and kind of fleshed out what Chaos was doing, and all that shit, and just kind of have it further and further kind of show that you're in the dream world, kind of like a Link's Awakening, actually, if you want to go down that route, kind of like that. Just even having maybe the final level could be your psyche breaking apart and just could get some real gruesome horror shit in there. And then at the end, like, Huld could finally get the balls and maybe, like, stab his dad or some shit, you know? Some weird like that.
They didn't put any creativity into, like, the theming of the game.
No, they just
Could
want
have
to do a
actually-
Castlevania-style game.
Yeah, it seems like they just drew a bunch of generic fantasy assets and then threw them together into a game. And actually, I believe the creator of the game is an artist and currently working as a graphical designer. So that makes sense.
Yeah, see, Balor 2.0. Actually,
It's just-
3.0, because we already had a 2.0. This is his 2.0 stealth.
I'm surprised you guys weren't able to dodge his attack.
No, I was able to dodge him minus the head. I only dodged the head one like 2 or 3 times.
I guess that one was more inconsistent.
Yeah. But
So
no,
are
I
you
got
using
good at dodging the
magic
hands.
Like, the reason I wasn't able to dodge anything is because I was, like, right up next to it, and that giant spike on his head makes it so you can't jump him.
Yeah, well,
So-
he does attacks with the same exact interval every time, so you just go in for like 2 or 3 hits and then you walk away and you jump. You'll dodge whatever he's doing.
Not DPSing.
Yeah. If
I
you're
could
not
just
attacking,
DPS
then you're not winning, so what's the point?
I'm not
Well, I
trying to
didn't-
no-hit this thing.
I
Like,
didn't have to.
I
Also
do
die
when
several
you-
times. Pretty sure I make up for it.
But here I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna attack him until he's dead.
Me.
It worked.
Me. If you can't tank it, what's the point? Me during Elden Ring, getting my ass handed to me by multiple bosses. Why can't I win? I'm attacking you. Also me not dodge rolling.
But yeah, some of the screen transitions felt weird, especially going vertical. Like you drop down and you start at the bottom of the room. Is it because there's like a fade in and you're moving during the fade in?
I have
Or is
no
it
idea.
that when you enter a room it places you in a specific place?
Yeah, I
instead of
think it
coming
places
through the
you in
top?
a specific place. Especially because of when you go upwards, then it puts you like on a ledge. There were times that I was like, where I jumped upwards and then I wound up somewhere where I was holding a direction still, and it just immediately made me drop off that ledge back in the previous room. But generally, that stuff is like it placing you on a ledge is good because it keeps you from falling back down immediately if you just don't put any inputs in.
Yeah. You recognize that enemy.
Oh, yeah, he was
Oh,
up
then you
where you
probably
get the sword.
Yeah, you probably beat the game with only the golden sword.
Yeah, no, I got the Masum. There it is. Beautiful sword. I was literally looking for chests to get money to buy potions, and I found that, and I'm like, perfect.
Wow.
This will work. I'll
Also,
take
there's
it.
a bunch of gaps in the like weapon selection screen that imply that there's more weapons than there are in the game.
Yeah.
Probably just the enemies have 0.5% drop rates for random useless weapons.
Honestly,
That,
though.
that would match Castlevania. Also, one thing I don't like about this area is that when you go into the houses, the way it represents it on the map is that it's above you, so it looks like there's another room above you.
I wasn't sure what that even meant. I didn't realize that was representing the inside of the house.
Yeah, I didn't either, because I was looking at that when I was playing it earlier today, and I'm like, what the what do you mean I can't go up here? And no, it's the house.
It is weird that they put that on the map. You'd think they could just not, unless, well, this game is probably Game Maker jank, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, wasn't ESA game maker?
Yeah, no, Game Maker
maybe.
can be good. I mean, even Deltarune's.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like it was perhaps done in an ideal way using
Oh, yeah.
some sort of pre-existing tool.
And this is
Know what
why
I
I'll never make a game.
We,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to hate on this game too much, but it really just feels like pretty amateurish
It's
attempt to make a game out of a bunch of random sprites.
it's not worth the $9 or $10. It really isn't, in my opinion.
Wasn't it like $3?
When on sale,
Still,
Yeah.
not, but it's regularly frackin' how much? $8.99.
I can. This is probably the worst Metroidvania I've ever played.
I don't know. Out Buddies for me, I think was worse.
You didn't play out, buddy.
Exactly.
You can't have
That's
an
how
opinion
bad it
on
was
that.
because I could not bring myself to play it. This game I could actually beat. Out Buddies, I was just literally playing the game, feeling dead inside, being like, literally anything else would be better than this game. Anything fucking else. That is
Tried
how
it once.
boring it
the
was.
beginning of the game was the worst part, and we all told you that.
And I tried to get past it, but I couldn't because it was that bad.
Uh-huh.
It was. This game I could actually beat. Because it kept me interested enough. If a game doesn't grab me, if I have to slog through a first area to have it be good, that's like saying, oh, you have to slog through the first book of a series to have it get good. No, it should just be enticing enough right away, in my opinion. I shouldn't have to slog for a game. It should just be fun.
You shouldn't have to. Like, that is definitely a flaw. And it's not an excuse, like, for the game, but there is still quality there. You just had to work more to get to it.
And I shouldn't. And I hate that, and I refuse to do it.
I feel like you're just making excuses. But
I'm
I'll
not.
pretend
No,
like
that
I
is
didn't say that.
Master, what is my first rule of gaming? Games should be fun. And if it's not fun, then it's not worth it, in my opinion.
And not all games are designed to be fun.
Exactly.
Are tutorials ever fun?
A whole area shouldn't, like that big, should not be a tutorial. That is
Yeah, the game
way too
itself is
much.
quite big. Biomes are big. You explore large and quick.
Yeah. But no, it's not an excuse for me. It's literally how I view games. If it doesn't draw me in, if it feels like watching paint dry but in a game form, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna subject myself to that. I tried, but I had school, and it's like I can't do this to myself when I got tests. Fuck that.
Anyway, you'll need to hear about your out buddies' excuses. We're talking about.
I don't have an
Existence.
excuse. I enjoyed Inexistence a lot fucking more than Out Buddies. And I'll probably enjoy Alwa's, or whatever we, voted on. Whoops.
Hopefully, 4 people vote
Spoilers.
for something else at the end of this, because I really don't want to replay all of it.
I was not
No, it
very
is
enthusiastic
confirmed.
about it either.
What's even the point? Like, there's already a better version of it, which is the sequel out. I
But
mean, I know
it's-
the original's cheaper. It fits
Yeah.
the criteria for a Game Club game, but it just seems like a waste.
Okay, I will literally be streaming this weekend, so if you don't want to replay it, you can just watch me, or watch my VOD.
If you're that mad, you can look at all the people who voted for it, and you can ban them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to play it. Even if I don't enjoy any of it, I have to play it
You
because
don't
it's the
have
Game
to
Club
play
game.
it. You could
It's
watch
the Game
me.
Club game. I have
I didn't
to.
play Out Buddies. I just watched
Well,
a
yeah,
speedrun
that's
on it.
terrible, and I'm never forgiving you.
That sucks. Who's the one who has the equipment to run the stream?
What does that even mean? What are you gonna do?
I'm the
Kick me
one
off
who
the
does
stream?
the podcast at this
Are you
point.
gonna like veto the stream?
No, I can't. I'm not gonna veto a stream. I'm not an asshole. I'm just saying, Master. You don't have to forgive me. You just have to live with it. And that's a you problem at the end of the day and not a me problem.
Okay.
Actually, how many people voted? Let's check the.
Hey,
tally
no, we
before
can't. We're not gonna check until the end.
I.
We gotta make it a surprise.
It's not a surprise, dude. It is a landslide.
Yeah, I even
We'll get to it when we
I
get to
even-
it. We're
I
talking
even-
about Inexistence.
I even was like, I don't like the results. I'm gonna redo the vote, and I still lost.
Yeah, is that why you did the revote?
No, but it
No, we
was
did say
close
we'd
at
narrow
the
them
time.
down.
I did say that if it
Oh,
was close, I'd do
damn
multiple rounds.
I really
And it was-
wanted to play Wife Quest. I might still
was-
play Wife Quest this weekend just to see how much I hate it.
You are allowed to play games that aren't the Game Club game.
Yeah, but what if it becomes the Game Club game?
You'll just have to play it.
I'm not gonna replay a game I just played often. It got narrowed down to 2 options. We had how many options? We had actually quite a few.
Yeah, before it was like 3
L,
or 4
so
each time.
that's like 11. We had 11 for this one.
Yeah.
What's even happening in this footage?
Inexistence Rebirth. I'm fighting some frogs or toads. They might be toads.
No, dude, they're French food. Remember?
We're finally
Oh, yeah,
reaching the next boss.
Oh yeah, this is one of the places where I went through an ability gate and then got to a new area and it's just a dead end.
F.
Oh wait, no, I get this puzzle piece. There was one thing in there.
Yeah.
One thing that is completely useless until you've gotten all of them.
And you didn't get all of them.
Oh, I guess there was some stuff in here.
See,
So it
this
wasn't
game
as
has
bad.
this game has corridors too, except they're just for loot apparently.
We never said that it didn't have corridors, and corridors can be fun. I'm sorry, not
They
every
can be.
corridor has like a super, long puzzle to it.
Sometimes all you want is to backflip through a corridor for
Yeah.
like a couple minutes.
Yeah, so the thing with this biome is that you're supposed to go through it starting from the other end, and this is like the exit.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have 2 ways into it. It's just a linear area you're supposed to go through in a line, but you can get into the end of the exit if you so choose. Or you
And
just
also
randomly explore that way and accidentally find it.
And also there's a teleport point near the switch there. So there's no need to actually do the switch. I just go and do it just for the sake of completion.
I forgot the switches were a thing because when I played it again, I was like, it was 2 or 3 weeks after I played it the first time with the little switch tutorial. So I went in there, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? I'll come back to it. And then I found another switch and then I used magic on it. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Imagine using magic, jeez.
You have to! Cauldrath for the Switch! Alright, we got roughly 10 minutes left. Do we want to do the video now for the game club vote?
Not gonna watch the end of this.
Oh no,
We gotta
we
wait
do
till
have
the
the end
end.
of it. Yeah, that's
So
right.
how do you finish this in the next 10 minutes? We've got
Uh,
several
it's-
bosses to go.
It's an hour and 34 minutes, I think.
Oh, we're
so
gonna run long? Alright.
It's not too long.
Yeah.
There have been numerous times we've gone to.
Oh no, I know, I'm not
Like, an
saying
hour
it's
and 40.
bad, Cauldrath, I'm just saying we will.
If we had a good reason, we should go as long as we want. But also,
I have a
talking
test
about
tomorrow,
this game is
sir.
not a
I
good
need to
reason.
study.
oh see, this is a 2-section room, and it's one single screen.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Well, maybe there's more or no, the screen does stop scrolling. Never mind. I don't know.
It's a bunch of random rooms put together, and they're not even consistent. They really probably could have benefited from making single screen rooms, zooming out the camera or something.
Yeah, I think so. The vertical sections wouldn't work as well.
They'd work better, so then you can actually see what's below you whenever you drop anywhere, because you can't in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to have a scroll the screen down thing.
Yeah, when you look
Actually,
down.
Yeah, I actually tried a few times where I'm just like crouch,
Crap.
and then I'm like,
Look.
and I'm like, teabag.
All right, this is my favorite.
Hey, look it, it's off-brand Yoko.
The writing is so bad, and here
And
we
to be
are on
fair,
the
it
second
is-
dark fight. It's the second
Sister.
dark fight in the game.
Yep. To be fair, it
So-
is translated bad too, so that doesn't help. It's like Symphony of the Night all over again. Minus, I don't think the original was probably great either. But, besides the point.
Well, what is the original translation of this
I
game?
think it might be French? I don't remember seeing a French translation for it, so I think this game was originally French. We can see during credits. I don't remember.
On the Steam page, they call this game a vast world full of mysteries and action.
Yeah. Yeah. No, actually, thinking on your idea where you said with the Story Master, it would be actually kind of cool if there were more characters. It was bigger, you know, had more characters, and each one of those characters represented almost a part of himself.
Yeah.
And
Also, just theming locations and enemies off of like locations someone would be in, but distorted versions of them. So there's like the basement. You know, this could be the basement,
yeah,
and there's spooky basement things, and there's. You don't have to make it like super obvious, but you can make like
Yeah.
a really fucked up looking washing machine or something.
honestly,
And like it doesn't look like
Okay.
a washing machine, but then if you know it's a washing machine, that's what it looks like.
have you guys played Bug Fables? Or do you
No.
care about Bug Fables spoilers?
Oh. Is that the Paper Mario like? That's
Yes.
actually
Yeah,
on my short list. So.
I will not spoil it then. Cauldrath, you know
Well-
what I'm talking about though, right?
I have not played it, and I do not plan to play it.
Damn it! Ken knows what I'm talking about. Kind King knows what I'm talking about. He gets it.
I mean, I'm assuming they just. Well, I go to a screenshot just on the store page, and I see like a can of cola in the background.
So
Yeah,
the
but it's more
developer-
interesting.
The developer lives in Montreal, Quebec, and he is currently a UI artist at Ubisoft.
So French, called
Yes.
it.
Ubisoft, well known for their great UIs.
Wait, what? Who else did was it this guy we were talking about who was working on Ubisoft, or was it another one?
It was this guy.
Oh, it was this guy.
Didn't want to like. So I'm just joking about the whole Ubisoft thing. Because you know, there's memes about like bad open world UI, and that's associated with Ubisoft.
Yeah.
But that like
Yeah,
that.
clearly they know better than the Elden Ring developers.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, that is
Imagine-
like nothing to do with this game. I don't want to make it
Clearly the
sound like
developer
we're
of this game is to blame for all of the problems
Yeah.
of Ubisoft.
Obviously.
right, but no, there's people who'd actually do that, who would. Yeah. Anyways, it's fine.
Is it fine?
Nothing is wrong. Whenever I'm unsure about myself, I say that it's fine, and I just ignore the problem.
That doesn't seem particularly healthy.
Yeah, that's not fine. That is not fine. That is the opposite of fine, Master. Do you need
I
to talk to
disagree.
someone?
This is the room is on fire. This is fine meme.
This next boss that I think you're fighting soon, I'm even more excited for them than the last boss.
Yeah, isn't it basically like the same 3 bosses in a row?
It's
Yeah.
Dark Sister and it's Dark Halt, the two dark bosses together. That makes for a grand total of 3 dark boss fights. And
They're all in a row.
yes, isn't it beautiful? What other game has 3 boss fights with? I mean, okay, you do refight
Elden Ring.
in Prime 2. You do refight Dark Samus a few times, but that's actually interesting.
Yeah, do you like how I go and I hit the switch and then I just immediately leave the other way? It's
Yeah,
like, switch is done.
I think I did that as well with exploring the wrong way first. Oops, should have just pretended it was a linear platformer.
And the only things that you get from the last two areas are keys. I mean, like, there's no ability upgrade, so the gating is from getting a key.
Yep. That's what this game does several times.
And in fact, they're just like, you don't get to use any of your skills here.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember, was it you can like use your magic projectile or something? That's a skill you get in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So like you
So
can
I
still
got,
use your skills.
you can use certain, like, one specific one.
God, I hated this area.
And actually, you can see that my health is refilling, so I still have the skill that does that.
And that you're taking 1 damage from spikes.
Is that a skill?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, see, this is where the roll came in very handy.
Yeah. It seems like some of the passive upgrades you get would make this game less tedious. What do you think? What are the worst Metroidvanias I've played?
What?
I'm having a hard time coming up with anything.
Excuse me, I was getting my ass ganked by those fucking little stupid Medusa head fire boys. What?
He's also tanking everything and just rushing
I died
through.
to him 3 times because they're doing like 100 fucking damage.
You didn't put a bunch of points in defense like I did.
Yeah.
That's fair. I put in like 2 and then I'm like, I want to do fucking... Actually, no, I didn't. No, I did like 2 in magic. I'd had... Wait, how many did you have? Did you have 109 in defense?
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah, basically,
Christ.
the way I leveled up is I just went to the thing. It's like, okay, which one's higher, attack or defense? Okay, or which one's lower? Up that one. Which was actually, like, the way they, like, do equipment in this game is they, like they only have stats for it, so they have just, like, drastically different stats. But then some of them are, like, clearly better than others, because they give you more total stats. So I would, like, get a new piece of equipment, equip it, and then my, like, build where I'm trying to be even with the things is, like, completely off. And I, like, repair it. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, look. Dump it all.
It's like, what else am I gonna do?
Yeah, no shit.
Oh yeah, so I had 20. And I think I used, like, 2. So all the times that I died from running out of health, I could have just been chugging potions.
Chugging.
What are the worst Metroidvanias that you've played?
Masked Mage.
It's true.
Well,
I've
okay,
not played that.
it depends on, like, so that one has pretty much no ability gating. So
Worst game that is a Metroidvania.
Lana.
Or can be considered a Metroidvania.
I guess I can look. Well, okay, the Masked Mage is kind of close to being a Metroidvania. Like,
If
it's
it's-
clearly intended to be one.
That counts.
Oh.
The intent of the question is finding bad games. Doesn't matter if they have not the closest definition. I knew you were gonna say that, but what else?
That's all I've really tolerated that I would consider a Metroidvania that was bad. Because my standards are so high for Metroidvanias to be considered one. Like, we all know how much of a filthy purist I am. Probably like main one.
So my tier list, let me read off the F tier. We got Faxanadu, Arkham Origins Blackgate, The Battle for Olympus, which we played on stream,
Mm-hmm.
Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, Birth of a Hunter and The Masked Mage. Birth of a Hunter is a
Castlevania.
it's a free free to play procedurally generated attempt to be a Metroidvania. And yeah, the procedural generation is not very good.
Interesting. I don't play I don't play games that everyone says are terrible.
Well, you
So I
probably shouldn't, but
typically avoid playing bad games. I mean, I played some of Outland and I didn't like it and I never finished it, but I mean, I don't like Ori, but you know, we've been over that. I didn't. Melee wasn't bad. I didn't really care for
Ah,
it too much.
you did the same exact thing I was trying to do.
what, fight him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to fight him for a bit, and I'm like, he doesn't have a health bar. I'm just booking it.
Yep, and that's exactly what I did.
Isn't platforming great when like you jump and then you can no longer see the platform you're trying to land on? And the background doesn't
I
move at all.
actually had fine with it because I'm used to that, I guess.
I had no
Castlevania
problems
games?
with it, but it definitely felt weird.
Look at that little bitch.
Every boss in this game has like 3-4 attacks. I mean, they don't really do anything interesting.
I mean, most bosses in most games are that way, where they just have like they pick from a set of like three attacks, and they just do
Yeah.
one of them.
But these are really boring attacks. They don't combo or anything. Also, so if you, for this boss, I just stood on the right side, and he always tries to teleport towards you on the right side. So he just teleports. He just blinks out of existence and then reappears in the same exact spot every time.
Teleports behind you. Nothing. Yeah, actually, I kicked his ass the last time I fought him because I stood in one spot for Chaos Bitch, and literally just attacked the same spot because the chance of him reappearing there was so high.
He only reappears in the same spot if you don't move into the room.
No, he will teleport around. He will try to teleport on top of you sometimes. But, yeah.
I must have been just on the very edge of the room because he never once moved past that spot. I think they don't allow him to teleport to the edges of the room.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then it turns into... Yep.
So does she look like she's pregnant here?
I think it's just how she's hunched over.
Okay.
I guess she has her legs up, but that does look like a weird sprite.
See, I think they could have done this story so much.
Yeah, they could have done everything in this game a lot better.
Yeah, very true. Melphis, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, no, I didn't have a problem with it, honestly. I truly did not. And I know a lot of people probably did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Melphis,
It's,
oh, I
it's,
should...
platform-
it's not a good design. They should have locked
Yeah.
the camera so that you could it was always at least at the bottom of the lowest platform.
Yeah, it's definitely bad. I mean, I thought I might fall a few times, you know, just because I couldn't see where I was going, or I'll get hit or something while I'm jumping. But I mean, at least the platforms are somewhat evenly apart.
Yeah.
Their
You also
spacing.
have the double jump and the grab. There was one time that I would have died if I didn't have the ledge grab.
Yeah. Alright, should we do the thingy-bajigger?
Yeah.
Yep.
So our next game club game is going to be drum roll, please. Alwa's Awakening. That's the first one, not the second one.
I highly
Display
recommend the
capture.
second one, but we're playing the first one, and
Yep.
we're gonna like it.
You're gonna freaking like it, nerds! Alright, ready? Gotta say, that trailer is pretty cute.
I like how they said solve the puzzles, and then it was just them shooting a projectile across a
Oh
gap.
my god, Master, I'm sorry. Not every
Nothing else on the
puzzle
screen.
can be, like, super in-depth for you. Someone announce it on the frickin' Game Club page,
Well,
please.
You're the only one that can ping at Game Club.
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah, that about covers Inexistence,
Yeah.
game I wish could inexist itself from my memory.
You need to play more games if you think this is the worst one you've played. Like, the worst Metroidvania.
Yeah, I
you've
have
played.
to say Out Buddies hours.
You didn't play it. It doesn't count.
I
Don't
did
have an
play it.
opinion.
I just didn't beat it. Difference. So
You
I'm gonna
played
do a
the
little
tutorial.
shush. I'm gonna do a
Okay, okay.
plug now. So this Saturday, hopefully, I will be playing Alwa's Existence or Legacy. Which one is this? Awakening?
Always Awakening.
Whatever. I look at Elvis being
You're not. You're not gonna play Wipe Quest.
No, I will, but I'm just laughing how Melphis beat Master to it. That's great. Thanks, Melphis. You got us, fam. I will be playing Alwa's Awakening on stream this weekend if you're too lazy to buy it. I should announce that in Game Club too. I gotta plug. I gotta start, doing that hustle. Gotta get my e-girl status up.
And then if you miss that, then we'll have footage at like double speed or whatever it is of me playing it.
Or you could watch my VOD, where Master will probably be antagonizing me at some point.
What makes you say that?
Because that's the
Wouldn't have been
nature of
anything
your
but helpful.
relationship. So last time it took me 7.4 hours to beat it. I did
What?
get 100% of the 7.4 hours. I got 100% of the blue orbs though, so it can be a bit shorter than that.
Well, thank God I do 10-hour streams.
Yeah, my play time on it is 6.7 hours. I'm sure the save slot was a little bit shorter than that.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. No, that'll be a perfect game then for this weekend.
Yeah, as much as like I was joking about not wanting to replay it, it's still it's still a quality game. It does some interesting things that most Metroidvanias don't do.
Is it kind of like going from Spyro 2 back to Spyro 1 and not having like your little hover or something?
Well, okay. Are you talking about the difference between Awakening and Legacy?
Yeah.
It's like Legacy just feels like it's more like of a polished experience and like also a like less clunky one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, there's pretty much all the like interesting things that Legacy does, Awakening also does. It just like Legacy does them better. So it's still worth playing and like having it as part of your vocabulary of Metroidvania games.
What if we talk about both games and you have the option of playing either?
Not in the spirit of Game Club, Master.
Hey, play both if you want to.
Yeah, that's your prerogative. If you want to play both, play both. However, the Game Club game is Awakening.
Yeah.
Well, that about covers it though. We'll talk about Alwa's Awakening next month. It's not terribly expensive.
No, if you go on Good Old Games, I believe it's like $5.
Wait,
it's half.
That's what GOG stands for? It is Good Old Games?
I think so.
I've never known that.
Oh. Yeah, $10 base price on Steam.
On GOGgy, it is $5 right now, so it's half off. So probably get it on GOG if you want it.
It's also only $10 on Switch, which is surprising that they didn't mark it up 200%.
Well, indies are usually fairly cheap.
Oh, what? Inspired by
What do you mean?
fucking
They always
Solstice?
mark those up.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm nerding out. I can't believe a game actually references Solstice. That is fucking rare AF.
And people actually finished Solstice.
God, I can't.
I think I did finish it, but
What?
with save states. And
Okay.
I did. It was like during the time that I was like slogging through a ton of like
NES
well-known
games,
NES
yeah.
games. Yeah.
It does
Oh, no,
say
it's
Battle of
Solstice,
Olympus as well. Look at that. How nerdy. Alright, but yeah, that's the podcast for tonight, nerds. Have fun.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks for watching.